Right, half a day, half a day. Half a day, Hamzu todos. Estigyo nuevo episode Fanachu Guam. Host Mizu Talo si Michael Luhan Bavakwa Hungan. Half a day. As you can see, today's episode of Fanachu will be a musical episode. Biba Hungan. It is almost Mes Chamorro. Hungan. Mes Chamorro is a time in which we are in which Chamorro elements of Chamorro life become more prominent, especially in Guam, but for the Chamorro diaspora around the world. And oftentimes we use this to focus on things such as food, fashion, art, language. These are all very important things, right? But one of the things that we really also need to highlight is something, things such as rights, decolonization, justice. These are also very important things for the Chamorro people because when you're thinking about preservation of culture, when you're thinking about the ability to sustain your way of life, these things are directly impacted by political frameworks, right? Do you live in an independent country? Do you live in a state? Do you live in an unincorporated territory? So your ability to, your ability to protect your culture, to promote your language, these things are directly impacted by your political status, the political status of your people, and so on. And so this is why when Mes Chamorro comes around, sure, hungan, gosanay, finatanas Chamorro, hungan, ekonoki dandan Chamorro, absolutely enjoy all of those aspects, the creative, cultural aspects of Chamorro life. But don't forget too that the Chamorro people also have a, a centuries-long quest for decolonization, centuries-long quest for justice. And one of the best ways that you can support the Chamorro people is by supporting them in their efforts to decolonize. And so today for this episode of Fanachu, we are talking about a special series of videos that was created, music videos that was created last year, called the Nalatla Music Series, volume 6.2. And so if you have been following the group Independent Guåhan, we've been around for about 8 years now, and Fanachu is the podcast for Independent Guåhan. Fanachu was formed a few months after Independent Guåhan was started by Manny Cruz. He is the godfather for the Fanachu podcast. He started it, around the time when podcasts had been around, but they were newer back then, and he felt that this was a great way that we could get out ideas to, get past the mainstream filters for on the island, get news and information out to more people. And so we decided to start Fanachu as a way of doing that. And it's been around for 8 years now. I look, wait, wow. Aten, hunggan atani batbasu bulat sumni na gibatbasu. And so one thing that we have been doing as part of Independent Guåhan is we do outreach, we have regular meetings, but one thing that we have really enjoyed is we have had a concert series, a regular concert series, the Nalatla concert series. And so as part of that, we used to have them prior to the pandemic at the front field at Adelup. We had multiple concerts there. We would invite different people over the years to perform, usually a 3 or 4 hour long concert. There would be some slam poetry, mixed in a few speakers, as well as musical groups. And it was always sort of a nice way to spend an afternoon into the evening, listening to conscious music and conscious messages. Now, when the pandemic hit, of course, a lot of in-person activities stopped for a while. And so we did not, however, want to stop or suspend this type of outreach. We wanted to continue to support musical artists, poets, and continue to offer the Nalatla concert as a space for educating, enlightening, and empowering. And so what we did is we decided to then sort of move the Nalatla concert series, like so many other things, into an online space. And so for a few years, with collaboration from local media such as KOAM, we turn Nalatla into a on-air, online concert. And so actually, let me just show you real fast some highlights from the Nalatla Songs of Freedom Volume 4 concert, which happened in 2020. It was broadcast on 2021. And as you'll see, we had a number of great performances as part of this. Hold on, Mango. Okay, Estigate.
Kada biyahe ang gangagihaw, gangaigi iugunayza, pues nihi tafanhita nanli. Mongihaw, yeah, mongihaw, yeah. I don't know how you got into my life, but it's the best thing for me.
Tihu tungu afana pogo na dia, ulalala na problema siya. Malamagi talufan yuli unsida, zabe kantusidan hagu.
Fact mark that, wake up, fact mark that. Be the one to save us. From poly to polygat, through spiritual contact, our land's being stole, our businesses on contracts. Dear Americans, this is a rough fact. Your morals are the #1 casualty of combat.
My body felt at peace,
but my heart was never breached.
you showed me how to feel something other than defeat.
You went and played along.
I went and played my song.
Oh, give us back our land, 'cause it's all we have, all we have. We gotta gather our resources and strengthen our forces.
I asked why, and you scared me with a smile. You said nothing's gone right, and it hasn't for a while.
Strange as it seems, it was such a perfect view. And the last time I was happy. No matter where you're from, no matter where you've gone, and no matter what your trials or tribulation, and no matter what you've done, no matter what go on, gotta keep on keeping on, we'll keep on keeping on, forward, forward.
No matter what they say about you, don't let them doubt you. You can do it your own way, 'cause you are unique in your own ways. No matter what they say about you, don't.
Zaninegania, iman hobi, mango tristi, nam piniti sa tita susihan, hanggang magayin, iminanggo.
Biba, 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 hungan. And that was just from 1 year. And so over the years, the Nalatla concert series has featured in-person and virtual performances by so many artists, young and old. And so we're excited, you know, to offer that space, because oftentimes discussions around decolonization, people feel that it's so politically focused, or it's focused on sort of details of politics and policy and so on. But decolonization is also focused around issues such as creativity and art and culture. And so we also want to make clear that that a politician, a political leader, and an artist and a cultural practitioner and a musician, that all have equal value within a decolonization movement. And so the Nalatla concert series is definitely part of that. And so now last year, because of Typhoon Mawar, we were not able to have, even though we had wanted to have an in-person concert, a return to having an in-person concert somewhere on the island. But because of Typhoon Mawar, it was difficult. Places were rebuilding, people were recovering. And so we were not able to get that together. So what we decided to do instead is to instead offer another virtual sort of a virtual celebration of Chamorro music, and also a chance for artists to share their ideas about why decolonization, why self-determination, why these are important things that we need to consider. And so a number of different artists and cultural practitioners were invited to participate in this. And the group Mighty Island, and some of you may know them, they recently did a number of commercials that were featured during sort of the Super Bowl broadcasts here on island. They've done some short films, such as some of you may recall Imatay, one that they did a few years ago that was very profound and meaningful. And then for a few different large gatherings and protests on the island, they've also done short videos documenting them. And so I want to share with you something that they did for the Respect the People rally, which was an event that Independent Guåhan helped organize in response to the Dave Davis decision, which struck down the Chamorro people's right in federal court to have a non-binding political status plebiscite. And so let's check out that video that they produced, that they directed and produced.
I believe that the Chamorro people just want to find that place of balance and harmony again.
Un corazón is one heart. It means togetherness. It means everybody, all hands in.
To be forced under submission by foreign patriarchs, we need our Magalahi to stand with us. Our duty is to keep our culture alive.
It's not about voting rights. It's not about political status. This is about existence. It is about our insistence that we deserve to be treated with dignity and respect.
Ita! Ita! Tau! Tau! Ta! Nu!
Biba, biba, biba. Again. Wait, here we go. Again. And so after seeing videos like that, and then another video that they created documenting the march, the Fanogi March for Chamorro Self-Determination. You know, we really were impressed by their work, and we asked them if they wanted to if they were interested in helping us create a video series in which we would invite Chamorro musicians to do a performance, and then also have them sit down and then talk about why they believe in decolonization and what is their belief in a independent and decolonized future for the people. And Mighty Island was excited and very interested in this. And so a number of artists were invited. and and a number of videos were produced. Now, I'm only going to share 5 of those videos with all of you today, and there are still some which are not ready to be released. And so, unfortunately, I look forward to hopefully releasing the rest of them in the future. But I'm very excited that I do get to share the 5 with you today. Now, these have been shared previously. You can find them on Independent Guåhan's YouTube and social media. And they feature artists like Pedro Blas, who I believe is running for political office right now here on Guam, Stacia Guzmand, and then Benavente, or Sinahi Benavente, excuse me, Veronica Cruz, Carlos Laguaña, and then his daughter Teresa, and then who else am I forgetting? But don't worry, we've got them all lined up. And so let me open this up real fast here so we can get to these. Ooh, I'm excited. We've also got Jonah Hånom, Timalefadzu Podadzu. And so why don't we start sort of with our youngest singer? We're going to start with Sinahi Benavente and then Stacia Guzmand, backed up by Pedro Blas. And so one thing that we wanted with this is we wanted to pick, younger artists, but also established artists. And so with the selection of Stacia Guzmand and then Sinahi Benavente, we picked Stacia Guzmand because her voice, if you listen to Kish 102.9, if you've ever, if you've ever had Chamorro music running in your house over the past 30 years, you've no doubt heard her music before. And so
language is
one second. And so hold on 1 second. Let me get this queued up. And so for Sinahi, she is the granddaughter of Ed Benavente, who was a Magalahi of Nation Chamorro. He was executive director for the Commission on Decolonization. He was one of the people who helped found the Sagan Kuturan Chamorro. He was an inspiration for Independent Guåhan, somebody who really inspired us in how we approach sort of activism and how we try to inspire and engage others to get involved in the decolonization conversation. And so we were excited to bring her sort of into a song, to have her sing a song which her grandfather, when he was a musician, was one of the writers for. And so, all right, here we go.
an identifier of a people of a certain region. And when you know and learn your language, then you kind of have a sense of self, a sense of where you come from, where you belong.
It's good to have you here, Auntie Stacia, because I don't know what I'm saying.
I am just as nervous as you, Nan. I am.
Benavente was my grandpa, and he wrote the song Mongi Chamorro.
He is someone who protected and perpetuated the Chamorro language and then also fought for the rights of the Chamorro people. I guess I would liken it to a call to our people of our island, to really just come forth and stand up for what's right for not just, our island, but our people.
My grandparents, my whole life, they fought to have a say and to just live life and not have to constantly fight to be heard. Decolonization to me means the independence to have a say in what happens to our island, but unfortunately we don't right now, and that's what we're still fighting for.
Having the ability to decide what happens to our island, being in control, whether it's our waters and the fishing and, to save our resources. So really just deciding for ourselves what's best for our island and what's best for our island's future, especially for our children. Music is definitely an avenue that can be used for that purpose. It's a way in which we can pass on our stories and in our language.
Tazamen my sin Tanzani hati Salam malufan Hum hum ikarira Huruma anyam Estina manera Pastor ilugan Hami Samoru Siyan Hami Linabla Tata Guåhan Mongi Samoru My land Tony Sawapulan Itanu Mommy Fanachu familiar Queen and Mommy Dalensha itigli Guatya linama Umupan mensahe Utehi gwinaha Pastor ilugan Hami Samoru Sinya Hami Linabla Tata Guåhan Mongi Samoru My land Mongi Samoru Tata Guåhan Mongi Samoru Tata Guåhan Pastor ilugan Hami Samoru Siya Hami Linabla Tata Guåhan Mongi Samoru My land Pastor ilugan Hami Samoru Siya Hami Linabla Tata Guåhan Mongi Samoru My land
The ways that we can live more independent lives is by teaching our children. When I give my children that, at least that opportunity to know and learn their language, no one's ever going to take that away from them. It's not something that can be thrown away or taken away. They'll always know it, they'll always have it, and in having that, they'll know where they come from.
You know, I don't really hear a lot of people speak Chamorro, and growing up in a household where my grandma would speak and my grandpa and my mom, and it was just nice to know that our language is not dying out. And I think through music, it really just holds the pieces of our history and everything we've gone through together, and we pass it down through generations to keep it alive. I'm scared because my mom and grandma are gonna watch this. What now?
Nalala, biba, biba, biba. Again. Oh, bonito gotzawa na kanta. For those of you who are Guam history or Chamorro music nerds, of course, that song, Mangit Chamorro, comes from the group called Chamorro, and according, that was supposedly the first album, Chamorro language album ever released on CD, compact disc. And so, for those of you who are playing Chamorro Jeopardy at home. And so it was wonderful to bring, Sinahi, and then also to bring Stacia in to kind of share, to have two generations of singers, and then also to have the sort of the spirit of Sina Ed Benavente also be there with them as well. Ay bonito, gof bonito. Okay, so we're gonna move now to the next song, and put for but we don't have any guests today, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am here, and I can answer them But remember that for each of the guests in the Nalatla Music Series 6.2, they all got the chance to answer some questions and then share what independence means to them, or what why this is an important issue for them. So you'll get the chance to hear from them specifically on this issue. And so next, we're going to hear from Veronica Cruz and Jordan Hardy. And so this one is interesting because most of the songs in this series, of course, are in Chamorro. Veronica Cruz's song, The Dream, is in English, but Victoria Leon Guerrero, our co-chair for Independent Guåhan, she made the request, though, and I loved it, of Anne-Marie Arcero from the Harao School, if Anne-Marie would be able to take the English lyrics, translate them into Chamorro, so that we could put Chamorro subtitles on the English song. And that's super cool. Gof Zahu, Gof Pailiano. Love that. Love that. And so let's check this out. All right. So we're going to check out now The Dream by Veronica Cruz. Naidu and Ratu Dispensadzu.
Hi, my name is Veronica Cruz, and I'm from the village of Chinamplago.
So this song I wrote a couple years ago. It was during the pandemic, but I wrote it with a bunch of other songs.
And it was kind of touching on the topic of how I viewed what was going on around me in the world. One of those songs I didn't really think about the impact of it until much later. Decolonization to me begins with the self, decolonization of the mind, and unlearning a lot of the limiting conditioning that our people have gone through. This idea that we're not capable of determining our own destiny, thinking that we always have to go out for answers rather than looking within, because that's where it starts. And I think as long as we come from a place of authenticity and vulnerability, our future will be good, you know? The future will happen either way.
I've been accustomed to what they say, to myself inside out, to fit their ways. I've tried to tell them it's not my mold. Got my hands in a tight grip hold, and now I know that I don't know much, conditioned not to feel, see or touch. Got rid of kindness, it plays no part. Put up a wall inside your heart, but that's not the way it all goes. It's the dream we were sold. See, that's not the way it all goes. It's the dream we were sold. And as we're sleeping, stuck in this dream, built on a false reality, can you escape it if you try? Play the game, call it life, but that's not the way it all goes. It's the dream we were sold. And we have the power to change our ways. It's in our hands to mend the pain. Yes, we have the choice to understand that we are one nature, one man. I said, welcome to the dream. Welcome to the dream. Oh, welcome to the dream. Welcome to the oh, welcome to the dream. Welcome to the
I think independence will change the way we live by empowering us, by giving us the ability to live on an island we want to live on, according to what we feel is right for us and for our community. And that's different for everybody, and that's where compromise and communication comes into play. But I think we come together, we can really create something special and something different and unique to us. But empowering each other is so important.
Biba, biba, biba. Yan. Oh, otro na gift pago na video. Ay, a day. Whew. Again, another beautiful video. And once again, that was The Dream with Veronica Cruz, backed up by Jordan Hardy. And the Chamorro translation and subtitles there by Saina Guinifi or Anne-Marie Arceo from the Horao School. Yan, biba. Again, zamo ano, pas natungo jo na anok, por favor, gi comments. Let me know in the comments, por favor. Again, that is 2 down. We've got 3 more videos to go. And remember that for each of these are part of the Nalatla music video series. This was a special series started by Independent Guåhan. Independent Guåhan as a way to kind of, after the typhoon, coming out of the pandemic, as a way to continue our support for musical artists, for cultural practitioners, to keep putting conscious music and messages out there, even when it was difficult to kind of gather and come together still. And so in the coming year, though, we're looking forward to having more in-person meetings again. We had our first General Assembly since Typhoon Mawar over the weekend. Week before that, we had our first Haleta hike, our Lukaw Fua. We brought more than 60, 70 people down for the start of the Chamorro New Year to Fua Rock. And so follow Independent Guåhan on social media because we have lots more planned in the community. And so let's go to our next video. And so next we're going to be we're going to listen to Cha-Ching by Jonah Hånom. And so Jonah Hånom first performed as a much younger boy in person at Adelup on the front field with his family for the Nalatla concert series. And we were very excited. He performed then as when we went virtually. He recorded a performance with one of his aunts. And then we were excited that he accepted our invitation to perform as part of this video series as well. And so his song that he's going to share is Cha-Ching. Very excited. I know that a lot of people, when he released it on social media, it created a lot of conversation. I remember seeing it when it was released on Liberation Day a few years ago. And so here he is with both his music, but also his message.
I always knew that I wanted to express myself artistically, and music happened to be the medium that I did it clearly and that made sense. Like any art, I'd say that Chamorro music in general plays a big part in the awareness of our community to know that no matter who you are, where you come from, or what you do, you have a voice. To me, decolonization means that community that was colonized needs to take the necessary steps to see what makes them them before they were colonized, and utilize that to show they're capable of surviving and they're capable of thriving. At the end of it all, our colonizer has the final say. So I feel like being independent would give us a sense of choice. And it's like, we are who we are because we choose to be who we are, rather than we are who we are because we're told to do that.
Shutting out the white man's bringing all the customer. It's a natana, upper colostama. Todo Hamza, stand so behind you. And do everything now I man do, if not better. Touching now the white man's bringing all the custom. It's a gizanatana, upper colostama. Togi todo Hamza, stand so me and you. Can do everything the white man do, if not better. Why, oi, oi, oi. Why, oi, oi, oi. Body that she body, that body there. Enigmatic entities, energy, automatic, aristocratic, emphatic, addict, methamphetamines, metaphors, better dreams, reservoirs, medicines. Let them remember me entering their clouded memories. We pave roads in the ocean, trading ties that we gonna. Logistical fraudulence ain't exist cause we bartered. Y'all just burned your way up and dismissed that underground. Your system grows around, so all your sales were upside down. Gold chasers and cloud niggas chased us out without a doubt and took us out of our outriggers. It's outrageous without wages, with taxation and fake saviors. Saved us with some biblical pages, then they kidnapped our babies cause it's a God-sent mission. Rape our ladies and baptize the babies without permission. Dock your ships on my shores, I say welcome to Eden. We bedded you and fed you, made sure everyone's eating, and double barrels to our heads divided, stripped of our dignity. Frame us heroes like roadness, yes, you stole our divinity. We wanted metal, not in bed diseases, causing chicken sounds bad. Guess what, homie, the plot still thickens. I said touching now the white man's bringing all the custom. It's a gizanatana, upper colostama. Togi todo Hamza, stand so me and you. Can do everything the white man do, if not better. Chillin' get those street corner, we learn our walk back, and you forced us more forward, perverting and acid minds. We love land, sea and sky, now your smoke is getting higher. I can barely see the sky, sliced our heads and propped it up on a stake. Chemical warfare blamed on a brown tree snake. Graffiti Doraniti with your Spanish priests and Japanese. Now somehow we're owned by the land of the free. Never had we asked for 10,000 tomorrow casualties due to these fellas thinking they better, they got better things to deal with. I guess it would be easier to settle things by placing my island within your quarrels and enemies. Cause you're privileged, motherfuck, your manifest destiny. Touching now the white man's bringing all the custom. It's a natana, upper colostum. Togi Dodo Hamza, stand so behind you. Can do everything now I man do, if not better. Boy, oi, boy, oi. Boy, oi, oi, oi. Oh, 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 oh. Papa said they took the biggest man in the field, chained him up, then Jesus walked him to the top of the hill. Let them loose, then tied a noose up on our branches, resting instead the watering his plants inside his branch, no dressing. Now that's depressing, and now we just keep regressing without a figment of initiative. You have my blessing again, but fuck with my land, don't want to hear no howdy. I don't know nothing about me, and I don't fear no howly rowdy. Inaw kono Ota ika na mo tano jantasi para bay bab magasi saki out tap mo need and shoku diretso ginanas do starta still akit maita mo rubilisha hamzu touching now the white man's bringing all them customers. It's a gita natana apakaulo stama Togi Todo Hamza, stand so me and you can do everything now I man do, if not better.
I express my vision for Guåhan's future through my music by living day to day as a musician from Guåhan. My family has passed down the tradition of making music on Guam for so long, and it's something as simple as that that allows you to know that you can pick up anything from the past, even if they say it's dissipating, even if they say it's going away or it's dying. It just takes one person to know it and you to be willing to learn it for it to have two people that know it. So yeah.
Ooh, Biba Biba. One thing that's nice about Mighty Island, and of course I was Tsatsing by Jonah Hånom. That's nice, you know, Mighty Island, a lot of times when we think about Chamorro music, right? We have a particular image in our mind. And so, you know, what I like about Mighty Island though is that the way that they set up their set, you know, they kind of stripped it down to its elements, simple lighting, simple set design. They tried to add for each singer just kind of one or two elements which were kind of strong that might stand out. So for Jonah Hånom, you could see there was some jungle elements added around him to kind of, and especially given if you saw the music video that he made, if you sort of felt his lyrics, it made sense. For others, you can see that there's some, you know, some element which kind of ties in, you know, to the message of the song. But other than that, it's really just meant to be the singer and their song and their voice. So strip it down and don't let a lot of the surface, the symbolism, carry it, but try to let the singer carry the song and the feeling for you. Zahu ano. And so, all right. So we're going to change gears now. We're going to change gears now. We're going to move on to our next singer. We've got two more videos. The next song comes from Pedro Blas. Pedro Blas, who is, to call it, if you're familiar with Pedro Blas's songs, they're a lot of fun. They're sweet, a lot of fun, and he is indeed running for political office in the village of Jigo this year. And so if you do live up north, please check him out, and whatever his platform is, por favor, sapotigwe. And so let's listen to his song Sangani Zu. All right, na izo ratu por favor, estige.
I didn't start writing Chamorro music until maybe 2016. Over time, as I started progressing within the language, I feel like writing music in Chamorro didn't really become like a grammatical thing for me. Eventually, it became more of like hey, if it sounds nice and this is our language being perpetuated through music in a fun way, it'll all work out in the end. What we know to be Chamorro music is a bunch of different genres thrown into the mix, right, and translated into Chamorro. Through the kind of style of music that I write, it becomes more of like appealing to the current era of Chamorros and indigenous peoples on Guam. That helps for the whole movement in general, because you get more people who are prideful. Even though they don't know Chamorro, they can say, hey, I listened to this Chamorro song or this Chamorro band or this Chamorro artist. I believe independence allows us to voice an opinion in ways that, colonization silenced us. It doesn't necessarily mean we want to be our own people and just shoo everyone away. I don't believe that that's what independence entails. I believe that independence will allow us to be able to make decisions based off of what we feel is important for our people. In my short 25 years on this earth, I feel like I've been through a lot and I've seen a lot, so I just draw from all of those.
Estimal Laguaña, no hay un momento, cosa que se ya comento si es poco. No Guam mola cara hua tenagi matamu, alguna neni supermodel, itau bukan na Coca-Cola bottle. Ay, nani Fanachu, que es the hongo más bonita, tamorita, guau, sweaty. Ay, hipina de si, if you ever left me. Sa toda vida lo huanten hongo neni, es the cantomo, utumugi, es the para hongo, sangon ni do. Jamu Singoni du Dengan jamu Tugi esti kanta pada hogu Singoni du Esti kantamu Tafan honagita coma Tafan paseo todo isla Tatan alas de todo y gasolina Stati di tu para ila Tokugi sabona Nabokai manu kaningonga Tanoi isa koti para toku boka Para hogu sempre boli Hadusa sumasaga hauginigi coração Pusangin tangi jo Mungatari na sumu Sagai gitu na netniki coração Esti cantomu Utumugi esti para hogu Sangon itu Jamu Singoni du Tengin jamu Tugi esti canta para hogu Singoni du Esti cantamu Begitu esti along Esti na challenge ang pinag of togo Lopad na pinanganan inuhogo Agasunan na ganan na stapogo Pumagi iya pagaho Munga mafalogo Antisti yun ang pidyo pa fabo Finanay kung para guaho Nasaguruan na ni mga matulang kahinaso mo Zabay ko niya gini magigifi yun ang gwinay za ako Todo esti na bidaho Sa fruto ko esti para hogo Sa hogo iminalago Na nini perfecta para guaho Esti cantamo Tumugi esti para hogo Sangon itu Jangan jamu Sangon itu Jangan jamu Tugi esti canta para hogo Sangon itu Esti cantamu.
I believe that to have a more decolonized mindset, firstly, we need to take a step back and be more in touch with ourselves, as people, who we are, where we come from. And once you've zeroed in on yourself and your surroundings and stuff like that, and you take your attention away from social media and, wondering about other people's lives and in return focusing on yours, and it's a step into decolonization of the mind, right? And that'll allow people to open up their idea to decolonization as a whole and how it will benefit Guam and the people of Guam.
Biba. Hungyan. Ay, mango, bonito na kanta. It's a beautiful song and funny too. Funny too. Hungyan, send that to somebody that you love, especially if you forgot about Haanan Guanainza, if you forgot about Valentine's Day this month. Send that to somebody you care about. It might get you some inasiinay, some forgiveness. But one thing that's great about this is that we see, younger people who, such as Pedro, who are still singing in Chamorro, still writing Chamorro music. That's important because remember, it was just 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there was hundreds of people singing and recording in Chamorro music, in the Chamorro language. Nowadays, there are dozens of people who are singing and recording in the Chamorro language. And so we see a huge significant drop-off. And so there's still thousands of songs that have been recorded. You can hear them on YouTube, you can hear them on Spotify. If you look behind me and my boy Akli'i have been digitizing hundreds of Chamorro songs from our vinyl record collection and putting them on YouTube. But the problem though is we need new Chamorro music. As Chamorro consciousness grows and expands, it's good that we have sort of this archive from the past, but you also need the feeling like the language and the music, it's alive, it's changing, it's evolving, or else people will feel like, oh yeah, Chamorro language, that's in the past, right? It's not something for today. So that's one thing that's great about the artists here, but also other artists as well that are releasing music, that are putting it out there, that are performing, that are writing their songs. We wish that there was more of them, but it's always wonderful when we see artists that are doing that. And so, all right, we've got one more that we are going to, one more video that we are going to focus on for today. Very excited for this one. This one is a father and daughter duo, Carlos Laguaña, si Señor Carlos Laguaña, and Zani Haganya, si Teresa Laguaña. And so here we go, singing Ifamaguan ni Guanainza. Right, ihita ekungo kesti.
I think it was just growing up in a house full of musicians, just being around it all the time at a very young age.
Family of musicians?
Decolonization means responsibility, it means healing, Our people have been oppressed for I don't even know how many years, and it's still, we're still stuck.
We had, the Spanish, the Japanese, and then the Americans. So, we're still in the same situation. We're not free to, to liberate our minds. To free our minds and start thinking about the future, where we should be actually. Because we weren't given the opportunity, the chance. When the people speak out, that's, that means something is going on, right? There's a conversation, there's discussion, and people are aware of that.
I hope this project helps somebody out there, inspires somebody to speak their truth and to be their authentic self. It is hard, but it's just the first step in healing and decolonizing.
Our ancestors, we owe it to them. Manhita.
The original music that our Chamorro people write, it speaks to our people about our experiences and what it's like living a colonized life. When we gather and we sing, it's what our people did before colonization. The chanting, the singing, storytelling.
there's messages behind that, and we should, listen to it, and, let's try to free our minds from the colonized mind, and yeah.
Woo! Biba. Remember that all of this was made possible through support from the Guam Commission on Decolonization that supports the educational efforts of Independent Guåhan. These videos were directed and produced by Mighty Island, and you can find out more information by following Independent Guåhan on social media. We also have a website and so on. But Sidus Masino Hamzo Todos, thank you for all tuning in. If you want to see more musical performances, concerts, and stuff like this, let us know, because Independent Guåhan is trying to figure out if we'll do more concert series, more do an in-person concert, or do videos, or what we would like to do for 2024. And so your feedback will be important in helping us figure that out. But I've definitely enjoyed this time. Now, this was 5 videos out of the Nalatla video series. There are other videos that have not yet been shared, but I'm hoping that this year we will be able to release the rest of the videos so you can see them, but this seeing these 5 videos is just an important reminder that as we approach Mes Chamorro, ang ganilectanay na preciso esti lenguajita, preciso balinay guagwan esti kotorata. If we truly believe what we say, that this culture, this language is important, pues deberita na magahir esti na gibidata, deberita na latla esti gibidadata. Then we need to do things in our lives to make this real and make this true. So more than simply just putting on a t-shirt, more than simply just putting on a Sinahi, although that can be a way of getting started. If you are somebody who has musical abilities, sing a song, write a song, share a song. You don't have to be Johnny Sablon. You don't have to be Taylor Swift. But if you are somebody who is a grandparent who has grandchildren, teach your grandchildren a Chamorro song. If you are a mother or a father, a parent who has a child, teach them a Chamorro song. Find a way, even if you aren't fluent in Chamorro, you can still learn at least 1 or 2 or a few Chamorro songs. But one thing that we should take from this today is that if we want language, if we want culture to survive, then we need to find our own simple, everyday ways of making that possible. And one way is through the passing on, through song and creativity. Anoha para pago si Diyos masi por hamso todos ni omega por ume ekungok estige ifinakpo este episode Fanachu pago a Diyos este kimen.